So my name is Raj and I welcome you to Seeking Raj. Today I will be talking about solar eclipse, and this solar eclipse is falling on 2nd of October. It will not be visible in India, but I will be giving you a detailed analysis of solar eclipse, and then I will be putting up questions for all of you. So all of you can put up questions later and then I will answer all of them. So first of all, what about solar eclipse? What is a solar eclipse? So when moon eclipses the sun, that is when a solar eclipse occurs. So this time, this eclipse is falling in Virgo sign. I will explain everything as I go forward. So this eclipse is falling in Virgo sign and in Hasta Nakshatra. So I made a video a few days back about Mercury going into Virgo. So Mercury is in Virgo, Ketu is in Virgo, Sun is in Virgo, and Moon is in Virgo. So I'll explain about a little bit about these planets. So Mercury is our intelligence. So when Mercury joins Ketu, which is already there, Ketu is a planet of detachment, it is a planet of spirituality. Ketu is also a planet of non-living things. So wherever Ketu comes, it will help you detach from material things and show you the reality of how universe works. So Mercury, Ketu, and then Sun. Sun is our ego, our confidence. Moon is our emotional strength, our nourishment that we have, our emotions. And it's also related to our mind. So Sun, Moon, Mercury and Ketu are all in Virgo, and they are all, this eclipse is falling in Hasta Nakshatra. So Hasta Nakshatra, as you can see, that it means something related to hands. So creativity, craftsmanship, manifestation, this is the theme that is going to be on this eclipse. So I'm going to start with first of all, this eclipse is the most powerful eclipse in 11 years, and this eclipse will bring end to certain patterns or certain behavior that we have been carrying. I'll try to get into a deeper analysis of what it actually is, what are patterns and what is it that we are facing, and what is the challenge that we have been facing over the years, and how eclipse will help us release it. So eclipse will be available from, will start from 9:13 p.m. on 2nd October and it will go on till 3:17 a.m. And there will be no Sutak Kal practiced in India because it will not be visible in India. But yes, eclipse marks ending or release of certain patterns, so it will affect us. So every Raj Yoga in astrology, you will find out that every Raj Yoga is built using Sun and Moon. So without Sun and Moon, there are no Raj Yoga for anybody. During this eclipse, Sun will be eclipsed. So there will people who have a Raj Yoga going on, or people who are living a certain kind of life, will go through a transformation. Which area of life they will go through a transformation, that will be depending on their ascendant, their moon sign. So what happens is, when Sun will be eclipsed by Moon, so Sun, Moon and Earth will be in a straight line. This will provide a very bleak, a very small opportunity for spiritual growth. So at this point of time, we say that if we chant mantras, or if we are doing any mala jap, if we are doing any kind of practice, then the effect of that one mantra or one mala jap is equal to 1 lakh times. So, one jap during this eclipse, because of this small window that this eclipse gives, that rises to like 1 lakh times. And this is the time when you will also find that a lot of people do havan, jap, and this is also a time for people who do some work with dark energies. So we have to be careful around these eclipses. Also, this eclipse in Virgo has come after 19 years. So when you go back to 2004 and 5, just try and remember during that time what was a pattern or a decision that you took which is affecting you right now. The eclipse came at that time in Virgo itself, and then you decided to make some changes in your life, your daily routine, your pattern, your health routine, and then you followed a certain way of life. After these many years, there exactly in those areas you will need a correction. So due to that decision that you took, now you have unfulfilled desires, deep unresolved emotions surfacing during this time based on your decisions that you took then. And you will question a certain kind of lifestyle that you are living. So, the effect of an eclipse, a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, is for 6 months. So, 4 to 6 months from the date of an eclipse, the effect of that eclipse will be there. So, this is an enough number of time when you are making some changes, maybe in your value system, your daily routine, patterns, the way you've been living your life, whatever changes you've been doing. This is the right time to make bigger changes because now universe is helping you make those changes. So what this eclipse will bring is, it may bring you a new person, a new job, a new situation, which will be more aligned to the new way of thinking that you have developed on this eclipse. So also on these eclipses, you will see people in position of power resign. So your boss might resign, a new boss may come, and they will impose new rules, new regulations at your workplace. So all this will happen due to the eclipse in Virgo, a new boss due to the eclipse. Also, since Mercury is there, Mercury has just on 23rd September, it has just entered Virgo sign. So when Mercury has entered Virgo, what happens? Ketu, a planet of detachment, is already there. So it is ready to help you drop these old patterns, old ways of thinking, old value systems. And Mercury is there to give you the intelligence to find out, what are those patterns, what are those patterns that you're repeating one after the other, and now you need to drop them. So this is a very helpful transit. That is why I say it has come after 11 years. The patterns that you've been following are 19 years old. So 2004 and 5, remember these years. That is the time when eclipse occurred. And that time you decided to change your life a bit based on your value systems at that time. You thought that there is a certain way of life, and now you're questioning those methods because you have lived and there are some areas that need work, and now you will have to work on those areas. So After this, I will take up questions. This is the last part. I just want to stress on it a little bit. So, we change when we are ready to change. And these eclipses bring a wonderful opportunity, support from the universe. The energies are supporting. This is the time when you realize the cost of sustaining older methods, older pattern. They become very costly to you. They are affecting your daily life, your way of thinking, your progress. Everything is affecting, and new ways, new methods, new value system has to come in, and in various aspects of your life, depending on your ascendant and your moon sign. So this is the only moment in time when you can have a new approach towards life. So I will take up questions now. If you want to ask questions around this eclipse or based on your ascendants or moon sign, I will do a live analysis and explain how this eclipse will affect you. I will just start with the people who are going through Sadesati, how this eclipse will affect them, because that is how it will affect people who are going through Sadesati, because Sadesati peak right now is happening in Aquarius sign. Aquarius is a fixed sign. It's very difficult to change these people. People who are Aquarius ascendant or people who are Aquarius moon, they are going to face a very struggling time at this on this eclipse. So people who are Aquarius moon going through peak phase of Sadesati, they will be facing this eclipse in their 8th house from the moon sign. So they will realize that their idealistic approach towards life, about how their environment should be, how they wanted to live their life, will be questioned at this eclipse. They will be shown a way in which they can drop older patterns of addressing a certain problem. So, for example, for Aquarius moon sign, this eclipse is happening in their 8th house. But Sun is the lord of their 7th house, which is being eclipsed in the 8th house. 7th house is a lord of partners. Now, for them, their idea of an ideal partner will change during this eclipse. They will be more flexible, or they will be more adjusting to an idea of partner. So, for people who are going through Sadesati, they must be facing difficulty in their marriages, they might be facing separation, they might be facing difficulty in adjusting to a partner. But this eclipse will show that if you are ready to adjust, you might just make it work, or else you may have to develop new ways or learn new methods to find a new partner who is adjusting to a new way of living. So that is for Aquarius moon who are going through Sadesati. It's a very difficult time. So I'm taking another question. So ascendant is Aries and moon sign is Leo. So for Aries ascendant, this eclipse is happening in your 6th house of Virgo. 6th house is of daily routine. It is of health routine. It is also of your enemies. So at this time, you will be very careful about dealing with your enemies. You may need to work upon a health routine, but Lord for Aries ascendant, Sun is the Lord of 5th house. 5th house is a house of creativity, love affairs, children. So for them, approaching a relationship, approaching how to interact with their students, approaching how to interact with their uh, any creative pursuit that they are trying to do, and they might change the way they are approaching any activity or any relationship or approach towards their children. So this is for the Aries ascendant. So for Leo ascendants, okay. So for Leo, it is a very very transformative time, because for Leo, it is happening in your second house. So first house is ruled by Sun. So we will say Lord of the first house, your ascendant, is getting eclipsed in your second house. So for you, it's a very transformative period. It is questioning your belief system. It is pushing you to change the efforts that you have been putting towards your family. The second house is family, it is wealth, it is stored wealth. So whatever efforts you've been putting towards your family, towards your um, towards your immediate family, I would say, whatever efforts you're there, they are not rewarding for you now. So what you are facing at this point is, you do not feel appreciated for the efforts that you put towards your family, and there are ways in which you want to change this approach and uh, develop a new value system where you are supporting yourself, you're working on self growth. So that is for the Leo ascendants. And how will it affect Taurus ascendant? Okay, so for Taurus, it's very simple. It's your fourth lord getting eclipsed in the fifth house. So you might be shifting houses, you might be shifting due to work, and also since the fifth house is involved, you might change your approach towards dating, towards meeting somebody. So for Taurus ascendant, there is a pattern that you're repeating where you do not get clarity about a relationship unless it is like a long time, and during this time you emotionally invest in the relationship a lot, until you realize that it was you were not on the same page since the very beginning. So for Taurus ascendant, you are repeating a pattern in dating which you will need to look at, and you will need to address this pattern on this eclipse. Okay. For Gemini ascendant, you may be thinking of investing in real estate. You may be thinking of settling down. You may be planning a long-term investment in a house, in a home. Since you've been traveling a lot, you have been planning, you've been thinking that it's time to plan where you want to settle next 5 years, next 10 years. So your eclipse will bring out opportunities for these investments. And Leo rising, I just explained. Okay. So one more thing about this eclipse. Whenever there is solar eclipse, there are questions regarding should you eat something during the eclipse, just before the eclipse or after the eclipse. So how is food affecting us during this eclipse? So what happens is, during the eclipse, if there is food inside your stomach, then the energies of an eclipsed sun. So sun is being eclipsed, and now the shadow planets Rahu, Ketu, the energies of Rahu will be uh, affecting us during that time. These energies, uh, when they when they reach the food that is stored inside our stomach, उस इसको हिंदी में एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स से दैट वो खाना जहर हो जाता है, तो इट अफेक्ट्स दैट फूड इन अ नेगेटिव वे एंड इट अफेक्ट्स अ लॉट एंड दिस माइट मेक यू सिक फॉर अ नंबर ऑफ डेज. So that is why 2 hours before the eclipse, or best 4 hours before the eclipse, and 1 hour, half an hour after the eclipse, you should not eat anything. So I have more questions. So for Sagittarius ascendant, this eclipse would be, so this eclipse would be in their 10th house, and it would be affecting their career. Uh, they might be having pressure at work. They might be uh, shifting places. Even if the eclipse is not visible in India, should we still follow the rules of not eating anything? Yes, because see, the eclipse is not visible in India, but it may not affect as much as it would affect if the eclipse was visible. But yes, it's good sense not to eat anything during this eclipse, even if it is partial or it is not visible at this point in India. How do Leo ascendants handle breakups or the end of a relationship? How do Leo ascendants handle breakups or the end of a relationship? So Leo, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius, they are fixed signs. So they are very dedicated signs. They will do anything and everything to keep a relationship, and they would go to any extent to keep the relationship running. They will try to solve it the way no other sign can do. They will make so many efforts to handle or to keep the relationship in check. So it's not easy for these relationships to break up. How does a Leo ascendant Surya Grahan is not in India? Will it affect us? Yes, Surya Grahan will affect us, not directly, like it will not, the rays will not reach us because the eclipse is not like that. But yes, it will affect us astrologically because it will help us release older patterns, and it will open pathways or opportunities for new development. Impact of Leo ascendant, career and professional life. So yes, Leo ascendants can think of completely changing their career right now. They may be looking at newer ways of making money, making wealth, because their second house is being eclipsed. And yes, so they are pretty disappointed about putting in a lot of efforts for towards family, towards making money, and within that little gamut, they are not very happy. So if you're December born, you can see for Sagittarius, but to moon sign and ascendant, see, there are a lot of free astrology applications available online. You can go there, you can put in the details and find out what is your ascendant, what is your moon sign, and it's a basic reading of horoscope, which I will do another session. I will show you through graphics how you can find out what an ascendant is, what a moon sign is. So as soon as you put in your birth details, you will find that out. What is the difference between a Leo sun and, so there's so many questions on Leo. Let's take another sign. So are there any other questions? Any more questions on eclipse? On solar eclipse? And also there is one more thing I wanted to add here, that there is Jupiter getting retrograde on October 9th. So on this eclipse, as I said, 19 years back in 2004 and 5, the patterns or the compulsive behavior that you followed, or idea or a value system that you were following, maybe to approach a relationship, approach a marriage, or approach a work routine, approach your job in a certain way, and these patterns are not working for you. So when Jupiter goes retrograde on October 9th, so retrograde means a reverse motion. So Jupiter is a planet of wisdom, it is a planet of higher knowledge. When it goes reverse, it will only support the theme of this eclipse, where you would be given help on this new pattern that you want to explore, a new value system. So for example, I said about, we've been talking a lot about Leo ascendants, so let's talk about a Leo ascendant. So if a Leo ascendant wants to develop newer ways of self development, and they're tired of putting in a lot of efforts towards generating wealth through their monotonous routine, your job, or they're tired of putting in a lot of efforts for the family, so what they will do is they will focus more on themselves. And now this eclipse will bring in a situation, a person who will help them work on something. They might get into a new course, a new practice, or they might join a new sect where it will transform their personality. So Jupiter retrograde from 9th of October to 4th of February. This will be a very transformative time, where somebody, for whatever new rules or new ways you have decided that this needs change, this will be changed during this time when Jupiter is retrograde. It will help you understand these patterns and develop, incorporate in your life, and work towards self development. So for Aries, is it time to break old patterns and relationship? How is it going to affect relationships and businesses? Yes, so for Aries, Aries sun sign, what I see is old approach towards relationship is something that you need to break. And this is something that you have been this is something that you have been following for a long time. So since you have a new perspective, this is a new way of approaching relationships. So you might let go of older relationships, older ways of relationships. So both are possible. How will it affect business? So you will be more practical, because Virgo is a sign of being practical. It's an earthy sign. So you will be more practical in your approach towards business and relationship as well. How can Capricorn embrace the transformative energy of an eclipse to find balance between work and personal life? Okay, so for Capricorn sign, so this eclipse is happening in your 9th house, and Yes, so Sun is a lord of 8th house, eclipse happening in your 9th house. So right now, Capricorn would be going through, they might be going through some trouble with their father. Uh, Maybe they are not attuned to their value system at this point of time, and they want a different approach um, in life. They will be traveling a lot. It's a traveling sign. Ninth house is sign of a long distance travel. It is a sign of your guru, your father. It is also a sign of higher learning. So all these areas for Capricorn will be transforming at this point of time. So you might go in for a new course, new development. Um, you might take up a job that requires long distance travel. These are the kind of things that I see for Capricorn. How lunar eclipse in Aquarius encourage you to rethink your role in social or humanitarian causes? Okay, so Aquarius is a sign of people, because it's a sign where these people have a good circle around them. They're very social, and humanitarian causes or helping people naturally comes to them, because to maintain a bigger circle, they would need this. Right now, for Aquarius, they are going through a major transformation because the eclipse is happening in their 8th house, and they are going through understanding point of views of people and their partners both. So, uh, Aquarius has to understand that they cannot have an ideal partner, and they're thinking about a partner. They're becoming more flexible, more accepting at this point of time, and this new way of approaching a partner or relationship will bring peace in a longer term, and Jupiter retrograde will help you achieve that. And also, please keep liking the video. If you're liking my content, please keep liking it. Please subscribe to the channel. Pisces ascendant. So for Pisces, uh, it's a major transformation again in their partner sign or a daily routine sign. So their approach towards work, towards their health routine would change, and also they would also be leaving their old partners or a relationship that is not working for them. They might give it up around this eclipse, or they might look for something more practical, a very practical partner, or they might make some practical rules to keep the relationship healthy with their partner. So for Pisces, this might be the case. Okay. Okay, so I am going to end this live session now. Keep watching Seeking Raj. There are more sessions, more information coming. I speak on relationships, I speak on spiritual relationships, I speak on spirituality, I speak on astrology and transits, and you will also see a lot of videos about various kind of characterization where we do for people, like there are more videos coming on karmic relationships, there are more videos coming on narcissist, what is narcissistic behavior, how to deal with a narcissist, and there are more videos on spirituality, where I talk about how Japanese spirituality is very close to what our Vedic spiritual system says. And same is with Chinese, and same with is with every other culture. So I will be talking about these cultures in my subsequent videos. And please stay tuned, and Any more questions? One last question I will take. Personal relationships. Okay. So, how do these eclipses affect personal relationships? First of all, when there is lunar eclipse will always mark endings of certain things. So, if it is a relationship, if it is a job, whatever it is, something that is not working for you, not aligning with your energies, will end now. On this lunar eclipse, a situation will arise where you will see the true status of your relationship or your partner, and you may decide that, okay, I am not going to continue this any further. This behavior is very self deprecating, it's disturbing, it's not helping me grow in any way now. So, lunar eclipse might will mark an ending for a relationship. Plus, you might leave a job, so it may mark an ending for your work also. And lunar eclipse will also mark an ending for a particular pattern. So, whatever patterns I'm talking about on solar eclipse, so lunar eclipse will highlight that pattern. It will keep telling you that this is the way you are approaching certain things, this is the way you are approaching a relationship, these are repetitive ways you are failing maintaining relationships at work relationships are also critical. So lunar eclipse mark endings, solar eclipse provide opportunities. So as soon as a solar eclipse would come, you whatever you decided around the lunar eclipse, whatever you ended, solar eclipse will help you through a person, through a situation, through work, through travel, joining new sect, being around new people, shifting houses, going to a new city. Everything happens around these eclipses because these eclipses were put in even before our birth. So, whatever we have to play around is between eclipses. So, last eclipse was in April, this one is in September and October. So, every 6 months there is an eclipse, and these are correction timings of the universe. So, they will bring you reality of your situation and always push you to make that shift or to make that change that is required to upgrade you astrologically, socially, emotionally, and in your surroundings as well. Changing your surroundings to fit in the new pattern. So, this is about lunar and solar eclipse. This is how they uh, come in. Um, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, they come in a gap of 15 days, and this time solar eclipse on 2nd and 3rd is coming at the end of Pitrupaksh. So Navratri will start after that, and any Anushthan or any mantra jap that you do during Navratri ending on Dashera, Dashmi, that will also be very powerful. This is the time when you should do puja at home at least once so that your house is cleansed and any negative energies or any things that you've picked up should go away from your house, from your life. They should also go away. Any other question? Any last questions that you have? Okay, so I'm ending the live now. Thank you for joining in. Please keep watching Seeking Raj, and I will be bringing more videos, more engaging videos, engaging content during starting from Eclipse. There is a lot planned every week. You'll have a lot of engaging videos, and please do write in comment sections anything you want, any specific topic you want me to speak on. I will speak on that in spirituality, relationships, or astrology. If that is what in any specific topic you can figure out, I will speak on that. Okay, that's it from me. Uh, Have a good night. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for listening during this entire time. And take care. Namaskar.